Welcome back to the channel, folks, where today we look at another episode on our British fungi playlist. The fungi that we look at today is known as Dryads saddle or pheasant's back mushroom. The Latin name Polyporus squamosa also reflects the anatomical nature of the fungi. In mythology, a dryad is a woodland nymph, and it is thought that these fungi represented seats or saddles as they spirited their way through the forests. Perhaps the alternative name of the pheasant's back mushroom is more apt, with the cap of the mushroom resembling the plumage of the hen pheasant. The Latin binomial is straightforward. The prefix polyporus means having many pores, referring to the tubular pores on the underside of the cap. The suffix squamposus refers to the signature dark brown scales on the mushroom's cap. Here in this macro shot we see the pores on the underside of the cap. You are most likely to see this fungi between the months of May and August, notably after heavy rain. So where do we see this fungi? It is typically a fungi of hardwood trees, which are broadleaf, either living or dead, and it causes white rot in heartwood with a particular affinity for elm, maple, ash, poplar, willow, walnut and lime, and it rarely grows on conifers. So, let's just describe this specimen around its anatomical presentation, and the slides may be stopped at any point to view them in more detail. So, let us attempt to break down this identification simply around its anatomical diagram, beginning with the underside of the cap at A, the cap at B, and the stipe or stalk and its features at C and D. The features we look at in the cap, it being the first thing we see, is the size, shape, surface colour and margin. Size. This species is large, between 5 and 30 centimetres, but can reach 50 in some cases. The shape is fan-shaped, kidney-shaped or circle, often overlapping in shelf-like clusters or rosettes. The centre is usually depressed. The surface and colour. The background colour is cream, brown, yellow or ochre, and it is covered with distinctive large concentric dark brown to blackish brown scales which appear to be painted on. The margin is thin, often wavy, and rolled inward slightly when young. Turning to the pores and tubes of this tuberous polypore bracket fungi. The pores are very large and angular, about 1 to 2 millimeters wide, and give the impression of a honeycomb on the underside. The colour is white to creamy yellow, darkening to brownish yellow with age. The tubes are 5 to 10 millimeters deep, running down the stem, i.e. decurrent. So, since these specimens are not likely to run off, let's take a 3D fly around to look at the features and characteristics and recap on what we have learned. No pun intended. In these shots, we can see the thickened stipe extending laterally or eccentrically, as in the description, and the base which is not yet overly blackened. In the next shot, we can see a slightly more darker base on the stipe. The lateral extension gives rise to the general term bracket fungi. So let's take a look at part C on our anatomy diagram. The stem, otherwise known as the stipe, is shape and size. It is short, thick and eccentric, meaning is attached to the side or laterally. It is typically 4 to 10 centimeters long, and 2 to 4 centimeters thick. Its colour and pattern: the upper part is pale and covered by decurrent pore layers and reticulate in pattern. The prominent feature is the base, which is usually velvet black or dark brown, and if we undertake a spore print, the spore print is white. In the next shot of this relatively young specimen, we can see the pores on the underside as the fungi peels back and grows. Finally, a few words about the flesh. In terms of consistency, it is thick, soft, succulent and white when young. However, as the mushroom matures, it quickly becomes rubbery, tough and eventually corky or woody. Odour and taste: the smell is strong and distinctive, resembling fresh cucumber, watermelon rind or flower. The taste is mild and nutty. As can be seen here, the Dryad saddle can be seen on decaying tree trunks at the right time and right place. This particular shot taken after a shower of rain. Well folks, that's it from me, and once again thank you very much indeed for watching. I do hope that this short presentation has enhanced your knowledge of this species of fungi, and welcome comments and suggestions on how to improve. If you have liked or enjoyed this video or found it interesting or educational, please like, share and subscribe to help the channel become successful. In the meantime, take a tip from Maggie, our wise little canine with the large nose. Be aware of the dangers and risks associated with fungi and avoid them. In the meantime, whatever the weather may be, get outdoors and enjoy it.